Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and I'm so excited for today to bring you the brand new 2021 Michaels exclusive Lemax Isle of Creepy Jacks. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Isle of Creepy Jacks. This is super exciting. If you've been keeping up with my Instagram, you know that this 2021 stuff has just been unbelievable, and my excitement level has been at a 10 this whole time. So, jumping right in once again, here we go. The Isle of Creepy Jacks was released in 2021 and of course was a Michaels exclusive. And let me tell you, I know instantly why, because it's one of the best. That's why. Okay, let's get some dimensions in here. We have 6.69 inches high, 12.05 inches wide, and 10.29 inches deep. So some really good size on this thing. I mean, it is huge, and so is the I think it's the Skull Quarry. Gosh, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's my excitement. It is big, just like that one. That thing is huge as well, and you can look for the review of that on my channel. These two are just amazing, and the fog effect. I mean, I'm just all over the place, but I'm just so excited. Okay, stay focused. Here we go. Okay, so the product type is Sights and Sounds, and it's made of a poly resin. All right, power. We have 4.5 volts DC. That is your standard, adapter that would come with majority of all your Spooky Town houses. I'm sure you have some laying around, but as always, I would recommend using the one that came with it, and never ever put it on a multi-adapter. Always use the houses on the single adapters, and preferably the one that was in the box, but any 4.5 Lemax adapter will work as long as the amperage is suitable. And most of them all should be, because this draw here is 349 milliamps, which is decently below the normal adapter. So you should be good to go. All right, the on and off switch, I should put it up here on the screen for you. You'll see that it does not have a volume switch. It's just a literal on and off switch, and that's because there is no soundtrack to this house. Now look, this one, a lot like the Skull Quarry as well, neither of them have soundtracks, but by all means, you will not miss it. Would it have been cool? Absolutely. Particularly on this one, just because it has like that outside feel with the trees and the pumpkins everywhere. It would have been real cool to have some kind of eerie outside sound, but by no means do you miss it, and I love it just the way that it is. Okay, the adapter. Yes, it is included, which is always a plus. And let's talk price. This one here is $119.99. So if you have a coupon, by all means, use it. Some people have the 40s, other of us have been getting the 20s. Whatever you got, it helps. Trust me on that. And you know, if you're a collector, how expensive this can get over time. So use your coupon, folks. Okay. So, to get off the ground on this, there's a couple things you got to know. So it is normal in the sense of, opening the box, has the big foam insert, all that kind of stuff. But included in it is a set of 5 wicks, okay, which is very important because down here on the side, there's this like rock looking thing that slides out. I'll try to put it up on the screen for you, that has this black box that holds the wick. Now, mine came loaded with the wick already. My Skull Quarry did not. That's going to mess me the whole video. But this one did. The wick was already preloaded, plus I have my 5 wicks extra that it came with. So very important to make sure that that is in place and the box is back on magnetically, properly aligned. Very, very important. That is the heart of the fog system. So make sure that it's lined up properly and your wick is inserted. And also, once you fill it, letting it sit for about 2 minutes to let the wick, absorb the water and stuff like that is a great measure to ensure that it's going to work properly for you when you're ready to roll. All right, so with that out of the way, let's dive right in here from the top. Oh, and before I forget, because I'm just so excited, please understand too that you're gonna get in the foam box a couple different things. I'll try to get it up on the screen here, but it's gonna be the tree, the two figures, and the smaller tree with the pumpkins as well. All those are magnetic, and they literally just sit in place with some decently strong magnets. It doesn't feel to me like they're gonna fall off from going around or anything like that. And with the awkward weight of the trees, they seem to function perfectly. So just make sure if you open yours up and you don't see them, you do not panic. They are in there. They're just in the foam box next to your power adapter and the wicks. Okay, I think that's everything. So let's start taking a closer look now. We'll work our way from the top to the bottom. Starting up here on top of our tree, yes, it is a tree. All right, we have another tree holding the pumpkins, which is super cool. I love the detail on it. I do wish that it lit up, at least the eyes, but it's cool that they colored them red. It really cool because the pumpkins all have expressions on them, and they're really cool expressions. They're spooky and scary. The 2021 stuff is really focused in back on that old school creepiness that we expect from Spooky Town all those years ago. All right, the figures. There is two of them, and they're like living pumpkin people. It's really cool. It was a real creative idea. You can see here, if I can bring it in close enough for you, there is two of them, and I like that their arms and legs are green, almost like vines, and their heads are pumpkins. There is a LED on top to keep them lit up in the darkness, so you don't have to worry about them disappearing on you. So really cool effect there, and the fact that they spin really brings this piece to life. All right, moving on, we have some pumpkins scattered all around this place. It is the Isle of Creepy Jacks, so there's going to be a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns all around this place. There's another tree over here to our left, and you'll see it too has pumpkins with expressions, and that is one of the magnet trees as well. All right, now the main pinpoint focus centerpiece, whatever you want to call it, of this particular house is no question the fog pumpkin. This thing is amazing, okay? First of all, the color, the illumination inside with like that scary, eerie purple was a genius call. Genius call, okay? I mean, you can see the fog and the mist coming out. It's unbelievable. It's not the thickest mist in the world, but it's enough to get the job done and to see what you're working with. Hopefully the camera captures it, but it's creepy. I mean, it's creepy, guys. This is Halloween, no question. Also, I did notice that the water tends to drip down from the from the teeth of the pumpkin, which is actually cool. It creates this extra eerie drip noise, but nothing, trust me, it's not loud. It's almost silent. It's probably going to disappear in the volume of your other houses, but it's a cool effect. It makes the water kind of, shiver a little bit and just gives this really neat effect mixed with the fog. So I like it. I don't know if it was thought out to be that way, but it is that way, and it's really, really cool. And the fog mechanism that actually makes the fog is completely silent. And so is the motor, by the way, for the pumpkins up top that are spinning, the pumpkin people, completely silent. That's been another trend this year at the 2021 stuff. It's extremely quiet. All their mechanisms are quiet. This piece also feels built to last. The size of it, the material, the thickness of everything, it really does feel built to last. And by the way, for those who are concerned about leaks over time and stuff like that, I don't think there's a reason to worry. Like I said, it's built to last, feels very, very sturdy, and it looks like they did a really good job of sealing it up, and mine has worked flawlessly since the moment I turned it on. Okay, next on our list, we have a couple staircases coming down the tree with our vines into like a little shack here. Very cool detail. They didn't have to go that far because it was cool already, but adding in that dock with the little shack there was a great call. All right, now for the sign. We have the Isle of Creepy Jacks. Now here's what's cool about the sign. It has a front light on it, but then the green light that's actually supposed to illuminate the shack in the back, which it does a really good job of, and the little tree there too. It gives this really cool effect though, like the sign is lit from both sides. It's very eerie. I don't know. It's eerie, guys. Okay. All right. Next, we have our little boat with pumpkins here at the front there in front of our dock. We have a couple extra pumpkins. I love the rock work. There's so much detail in the houses this year, the 2021 stuff, and the rock work has just been unbelievable. The stone work, the rock work. Also, I do want to note this little switch over here on our left. That is how you turn the fog on and off. So if you don't want to worry about filling it up and you just want to run the house as it is, just go ahead and keep that off and you won't have to worry about it. But for those of us who are going to use it, very, very simple. It's on and off. And this is the best part, a little secret about this one and the skull chlorine. Gosh, it's haunting me again. No pun intended there. Anyways, when the water level gets low or there is no water, the light will flash red, letting you know that you need to fill it up. So if you can help it, don't run it dry. Just keep an eye on it. I don't know yet how long one full tank of water on this thing will last. I just got this. It just came in to Michael's literally yesterday, and I'm filming literally the next night. So I don't know how long the water lasts, but it holds a lot. So I'm assuming it's definitely something you're not going to have to do every moment of every day. It looks to me like it'll hold plenty of water, which was another well thought out idea. Because not only does it hold water in the pumpkin itself, and they could have sealed it right there and just let the fog come out of the mouth and that be that. But they didn't. They thought ahead. The whole front here is water as well. It's like a pond. So you get the water in the pumpkin and the water outside of the pumpkin, which really, it's a lot of water. It really is. So that's great. And the fact that it's built well, you don't have to worry about a leak, really is just perfect for this house. Probably if there's anything you're going to take away from this video, one very, very important detail. You should probably, if you can help it, use distilled water. A lot of the old school Lemax stuff that had issues with the fog wasn't necessarily a bad build. It was that people would just use tap water and, calcium and other stuff. It would build up and, stop the mechanisms from working. Now, this is a different mechanism that they're using nowadays. But still, even though it says you can just use good, clean water, go distilled, guys. You will be friends forever. Just like I said in the other video with the fog, guys, be best friends with the distilled water, and this piece will last you forever. Distilled water is the key to long-term success with this particular piece, and any fog piece, really, regardless of the brand you're working with. If you can help it, always use distilled water. It will go so much further with you. Okay, so overall, I love this piece. I think it's probably one of the best from the 2021 stuff. There's a couple that are just my absolute favorites from this year. This is definitely right there at the top of the list. I think it was a really creative idea, and the way that they put the pumpkin and the big tree stump there, really, guys, this one was super well thought out. There's no question why this was a Michael's exclusive. I know there's been shipping delays this year. A lot of us were frustrated with it, but I promise you it's worth the wait. A little bit of patience goes a long ways. This piece is worth every penny. Use your coupons. I highly recommend it. And just to be clear, I have no affiliation with Lemax or Michael's or even the brand of distilled water that I'm using in this video. No affiliation at all. These are just my personal preferences, opinions, and experience as being a lifelong collector. Guys, this piece is going to be a classic, no question. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the lights here in a moment so we can really get the full feel of this, but there's nothing like seeing it in person. So if you have your eyes set on this, trust me, follow through with this one because this is the one you're going to want to walk away with, no question about it. Okay, so let's hit the lights. Thank you so much for your continued support. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.